the bottom right in the blue in this grand finals of the KungFu Cup, his name is MaxPax. And they were left in the red for Dragon Kaitsa Gaming, the one, the only, the last GSL champion from Korea. It's herO. And man, I have heard such good things about this series. My goodness. Normally I wouldn't put a PvP on YouTube because it doesn't tend to do all that well. But when you can say that this is the greatest PvP series ever played, which is what I've heard about it, I feel like that's an exception, and I feel like this is absolutely something that we can get excited about. So, PvP, best of 5, KungFu Cup finals, which, you know, KungFu Cup has been giving us really some awesome series in the past couple weeks, so I'm not gonna complain. And we start on side Delta, which is on the scale of maps that exist in Starcraft, it's one of the more standard ones. Yes, it's a 9-map pool, and yes, there are absolutely some weird maps. Equilibrium's horizontal. Alkaini has the absolutely broken Zelnaga position. Router set is just massive and super cool. I love Router set, by the way. I've seen a couple games on it now that is just making me so happy. It's really awesome, really awesome games. But in contrast to all of that, side Delta's pretty standard. There's not a lot weird to it. Well, we're going to have a little bit of probe combat here, and it seems like not much is going to happen. herO takes some damage, MaxPax takes some damage, but herO does successfully block the natural for a time, and at the end of the day, that's kind of all he's looking for. Meanwhile, MaxPax on the other side takes a negative trade, so, well, it seems like herO should be able to get his natural up just a little bit faster as the second probe MaxPax gets pulled down. So, awkward either way, and actually, yeah, we're going to get the Zealot come out from both sides, which is not all that weird anymore. As realistically, what MaxPax proved about a year ago at this point is that if one player builds the probe and another player doesn't, is the Zealot's going to continue to try to chase this probe of a herO around. If one player builds the probe and the other one doesn't, geez, herO, this is obnoxious. Anyways, if that happens, then what you're going to see is, well, the player that built the probe, generally, or the Zealot, generally MaxPax is going to run across the map. He's going to have a Zealot, maybe an Adept, a Stalker. And because he has that Zealot, he can start wearing away at the wall. And because the wall starts getting worn away at, you can break through, and then you can do shield battle. You can do all sorts of shenanigans. At the end of the day, you actually do need the Zealot, because otherwise your opponent's going to punish you for not having the Zealot. And it's this very interesting counterplay that, again, we don't see a ton of. That being said, though, it's going to be Phoenix Wars on the way. And, well, I cast Showtime and MaxPax in Phoenix Wars. And that was not the best series on the ESL Masters broadcast with Zombie Grip. It was a lot of fun for me, but not the best series. And now we're opening up on side Delta because, of course, side Delta has that low ground ramp, so you can go single gate expand and not be too unhappy about it. But Stargate on the way behind this. And the interesting thing about this, first of all, MaxPax's second Stargate much faster, but this does get scouted. More importantly, by the way, herO has stolen one of MaxPax's gases, which is actually super important when we talk about Stargate play. Yes, for right now, it's 3 gas to 3 gas, and it's not that big of a deal, but this does force a reaction out of herO, out of MaxPax. It does slow things down a little bit. But more importantly, it seems like players have started to figure out that MaxPax, he's so good in PvP. But actually, Phoenix play might be a place where he can be exposed, which is weird. Because MaxPax has long been known as this incredible Phoenix player. Get him into Phoenix Wars, and as Zombie Grub said in the broadcast last Sunday, oh, she saw the Stargate go down. She saw the Phoenix trade go up in game 1 to get a Showtime. She's like, oh, well, just MaxPax won the game. Like, what's happening here? Go to game 2. Because he is so famously good in these Phoenix Wars. But recently, what players have started to realize is that if you don't get super aggressive, if you go and just play defensive Phoenix, because it's really hard to be the one that gets aggressive in Phoenix Wars, just not a thing. If that's what happens, and then you just get up to Stargate faster, because MaxPax is a player that's used to playing more aggressive Phoenix style, playing more mid-game Phoenix style. If you can get a fleet beacon up quickly, if you can get a third base up faster, because again, Phoenix don't shoot down, if you can hit that mothership carrier timing, get double cyber, if you can just play greedier, then MaxPax, I mean, we've seen this has happened about 3 times now. MaxPax has lost every single one of those. But that was over the span of one series, and that was about a week ago. Well, a couple days ago, three days before this tournament happened. So yeah, it's tempting to say absolutely this is a problem. This is potentially a problem, but maybe MaxPax has learned just a little bit. But for now, he's got a couple units on the ground, but he's going to try to make some aggression happen here. Maybe deny the third base for a time, and well, he has blocked the third, which is going to force his Zealot out on the map, and here it is the same. I love this. There are so many small things that you look to do in a Phoenix battle that are not immediately obvious or immediately a thing. For example, blocking the third base with a pylon because Phoenix don't shoot up. Sending Zealots and Adepts onto the other side of the map because, again, you don't want to spend energy on the lifts, but herO, he has to keep the... Oh, he's going to lose the Sentry. And that actually is a big deal. Losing a Zealot, honestly, who cares? It's not a big deal. Losing a Sentry, though, that is a big deal because a Guardian Shield can make the difference between winning a fight and losing a fight in even counts. So that's what you're looking at. And now MaxPax, unlike that series against Showtime, he's quicker into the Fleet Beacon. He's quicker into that tech, and these pylons, they show exactly where the Phoenix are. So MaxPax is going to have a really solid understanding of what he can get away with, when he can get away with it, how he can get away with it, and whether he's going to decide to commit. Meanwhile, what we see herO doing really is he's just guarding his Zealot with all of his Phoenix. Doesn't want MaxPax to spend that energy. Doesn't want MaxPax to prevent that from going down, because it's really important to make sure that you have vision, that you have the vision advantage. And providing MaxPax that free vision advantage is not great, because again, you really want to make sure that you know where your opponent's Phoenix are at all times. They can dive if they can find their way into a mineral line or into your main base when your Phoenix are on the map, that's a problem. If they can go and sit on top of your Stargates, as now hero's going to opt into this, but he's already lost one Phoenix. But no, this is not anti-pulse crystal timing. This is not a great fight for herO right now. We notice he's just decrementing by one at a time, but Defender's advantage will keep him safe. And actually, I said this was not a great fight for herO. I lied. He lost to Phoenix first, but he had the read that he had more Phoenix, I guess. So now he actually lost 2 less Phoenix than MaxPax did, and that puts himself in a pretty nice spot. We're going to see the pylon go down as well. So third base done for herO, a little bit faster. Worker counts are just the same. Gas income is just about the same. But now we're seeing round 2 of weirdness, because MaxPax is going for the mothership timing, which is a tremendously powerful. You need that mothership. If you're able to run across, first of all, it soaks a ton of damage. It actually does some pretty meaningful, doesn't do DPS, but does some pretty meaningful burst, which is fantastic. But on top of that, 20 seconds of invisibility in this fight if your opponent doesn't have a robo is game defining. It can win you a fight, even just instantaneous. Honestly, even if your observer's a little bit behind and the invisibility gets popped, all of a sudden you lose a couple Phoenix, you lose the fight. It is so important that herO identifies what's happening, that he gets a robo, that he goes and that he has detection. That even I don't like an Oracle because that cuts away from your Stargate time, but he needs to identify what's happening. He really has to understand that he needs a robo. He needs an observer. He needs to see what's happening. And for right now, there's a forge on the way, getting shield upgrades eventually. It's going to be really nice for the carriers, but again, it's not there yet. So MaxPax +1 attack on the way. Additional Stargate building. Well, actually, no, same amount of Stargates. Building 3 Phoenix at a time. His robo is going to be well timed because, of course, he knows what's happening. And now it's a 3 Phoenix lead. The mothership's on the other side. Carriers aren't out yet, and this is a problem. We have a shield battery, though, and that can make a difference. But again, here's the problem. There's just detection. There really isn't a whole lot that herO can do in this fight. He's going to have to kind of wait. First carrier pops out, and that's something. MaxPax just dumps on top of this, and as we're finding out, well, the mothership timing is far more impactful than any sort of other timing here, than the carrier timing. It's just not going to matter. At this point, hero's kind of dead. The Phoenix are going to go down. A single carrier doesn't make the difference, and we can see MaxPax. Showtime may have gotten the better of him, but not herO. And at the bottom right in this game, too, he's up a game. It's MaxPax. And his opponent in the upper left in the red, down a game. It's herO. And I've been promised the greatest PvP of all times, and starting with a Phoenix War, not necessarily, or at least the way that Phoenix War happened. A lot of small things, pretty cool. MaxPax got his mothership first. He prioritized that. We saw how powerful it was, but Phoenix Wars are not exactly how I would characterize the greatest PvP of all time. So we have up to 4 more games remaining. We'll see if we get that. But it just means that we are this game. If there is a greatest PvP game of all time in this series, right? 5 games maximum. Game 1's done, and that means that now the map we're looking at right now, instead of it being a 25% chance that this is the greatest PvP of all time, now it's a 25% chance that this is the greatest PvP of all time. So the odds continue to increase, and we see herO much more standard. He's a double gate opener, MaxPax, single gate on the low ground. But as we're seeing with this probe on the left side, just because you open double gate or you single gate on the low ground doesn't mean, well, I was going to say doesn't mean you're not doing something crazy, but at least we're going to see the Nexus go down. So if MaxPax, I'm sorry, no, that's herO's probe. Never mind. I thought that was MaxPax's probe on the bottom left. I'm like, oh, he might do something interesting, but no. This is just a 2-gate expand as MaxPax kites around, and he's at the point where he's got to start counting pylons. He sees only 1 in the main base. That's not a lot. Second pylon is absolutely missing. Doesn't mean that there's anything going to get proxied, by the way. We have to remember here that it's not uncommon just to see a pylon proxied on the map, and that's it, just to try to put a little bit of fear of God in MaxPax, or really any Protoss player. And herO, that seems like it's what's going to happen. He held his probe there for a moment, and again, that's another one of those things that says, MaxPax, be afraid, but the probe is now going to go for a scout. It's a delayed scout. But it's going to go for a scout. Got to see exactly what MaxPax is up to. And now MaxPax, on the scout timing and the lack of a pylon, is going to say, wait a minute here. Something's weird. I don't like this. This does not feel good. So we're going to see the probe probably scout around a little bit more. Adept beeline across. And these stalkers, they might get this adept down. Oh, man. Showed up in adept range. Now, you can absolutely shadow where the adept is going to go. Oh, nice catch here from herO as well. So now MaxPax, even more scared. He tries to scout the bottom left. Oh, herO. There we go. We'll go down. Tries to scout the bottom left side and doesn't see it. In fact, that there's a stalker guarding where he wants to be, which is just a scary proposition here. As now hero's going to scout. Yeah, there's a probe on the low ground, MaxPax will. But that doesn't mean much. Just because there's a probe on the low ground doesn't mean that hero's going to take his natural. And actually, we've got a Phoenix opener again coming out of herO. Meanwhile, MaxPax, he thinks this is a 1-base all-in. He really, and everything I've been saying, by the way, about there being a proxy, there yada, 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 that's what MaxPax thinks. That's what MaxPax could assume based on what he scouted. herO, he's going Stargate, main base Stargate into a natural. He's building a ton of Phoenix. And there are numbers, of course, where Void Rays beat Phoenix. I think it's like when you're at 2 for 1, it's kind of okay. When you start to go for 3 for 1, it becomes rough. So I want to say 2 Void Rays beats 4 Phoenix. I think that's the number. But anything more than that starts to get a little bit dicey. And again, herO opening it with heavy Phoenix play here is pretty cool. Now MaxPax, herO also is aware of what's happening. He saw the 2 Stargate. He saw the Void Rays being made. He saw the Oracle on the way as well. So he knows what composition MaxPax has gone for. MaxPax has no idea what's happening. Yes, he's probing up, yeah, but he's playing, again, very defensively. And herO, I mean, he's got 4 Phoenix. May decide to go up to 5 eventually. We may continue this production. I don't know. But again, MaxPax has no idea. And yeah, 5th Phoenix on the way. So certainly this Oracle is not good. This Oracle shouldn't get much damage done. That would be the assumption. And yeah, hero's keeping the Phoenix at home. So the first inkling that hero's opted into Phoenix play is going to be when these Phoenix kill the Oracle. And it's dead now. No escape. Bye-bye. Oracle is going to try to recall. It's dead. Meanwhile, the Void Rays, I assume they're just, yeah, they're going to stay at home. So herO owns the skies. MaxPax owns the ground a little bit more. But the next question is, where do we transition? And this is going to be, we didn't see the Twilight on the way. Of course, that was hidden by the observer. But this is going to be Phoenix Charge. This is a PvP build, or a PvT build. This is pretty cool. And with 6 Phoenix, I'm kind of surprised to not see herO try to dive on top of the Void Ray, but Still, 6 Phoenix is not... Stalkers were underneath. I think there might have been a shield battery. It's a little bit scary. So, hero's not going to opt into it. And now, well, the game continues. But he finds his way into the main base. And now some economic damage, just a little bit. And that's the value of Phoenix over Void Rays. You can dive in. You can get damage done. And be very happy with how you're positioning yourself. But I'm wondering what's getting hidden here. Because we're stuck on the units tab. We've been on the units tab for quite a while. Okay, now we see charge on the way. Sure, more gateways on the way. A couple more probes will go down. Blink's not ready yet, by the way. So MaxPax just has to take the damage. And +1 just a little bit faster for herO as well. So, again, Phoenix Charge Lot is a really interesting idea. We've seen a Dutch player by the name of Cripsdale. And he loves his Phoenix Immortal ideas. They're pretty strong, to be fair. That was how he, back when Nina was a international quality player, not just a domestic quality player, and she would go in and she would play in EPT Europe. That was how she lost in, I think, the round of 32 a couple times in a row, just because she'd never seen this Phoenix Immortal style. It tilted her out of her mind, and Cripsdale won that series. But MaxPax on the other side, he's actually active on the map here with his blink timing done, but charge complete as well. And, well, the gateway's going to get depowered. This Nexus, though, should stay alive. And how many charge lots do we have? Oh, Stalker's trying to get on top of the Phoenix, but they're not going to find it. And now there's a Robo on the way. Now a little bit more value, and it's only 3 charge lots, so it's not a ton. And herO's now just going to have to be content that his third base is up. He killed a couple Stalkers on the other side. He defended himself. And now there are those Immortals on the way. So +1, pretty close to being done. Immortals on the way. A ton of gateways. This is really cool, actually. So the Phoenix handle the Void Rays in these numbers. That's pretty easy. And herO continues to make Phoenix, by the way. But the Void Rays are not particularly useful. They could be good against the Immortals, sure, but they're not particularly great against anything else, and the Phoenix do a pretty good job. And then you get a bunch of charge lots. Charge lots are fantastic against the answer to the Phoenix, which is the Stalkers in this game. So you have answers to the Stalkers. You have answers to the Void Rays. In general, this composition that herO has built for himself is really nice as former probes go down. And still, the Phoenix stay alive here. herO, though, not able to take advantage of his +1 timing. I think that is the key thing to point out. He cannot take advantage of the +1 timing. Well, MaxPax is going to hit his pretty quickly as well. So, again, this is a more active game than game number 1. herO has been able to get a little bit more damage done, but it's still pretty passive as both players. Well, MaxPax doesn't want to attack into 15 Phoenix, 10 Phoenix, whatever the number is, because you lose the fight, you lose the game. Even if this isn't Phoenix versus Phoenix, if you start to lose the fight, the Phoenix lift up everything, you can't escape, your entire army dies, it's rough. On the flip side, this army out of herO is not particularly strong aggressively yet. So he does have to be careful, and it's another reason why the Phoenix are getting aggressive, but really none of the ground units are. That may change soon, though, because MaxPax, he's got a Robo on the way. He's going to add probably Disrupt. Well, I don't even know how I feel about adding the Robo bait. There are so many Phoenix that even if you add a bunch of Disruptors, they're all just going to get lifted and die. And now damage in the main base as well. 6, 7 workers go down. And even if this is double Robo Disruptor, we're looking at like 10 Phoenix. And there's the recall as well. So sweep in, get damage, recall back home. What is herO going for? With this... Okay. MaxPax is going Colossus. I like this and I don't, if you think about it. So Colossus, very good against charge lots. Charge lots are light units. They kind of clump up quite a bit. If you have a wall of Stalkers or force fields or something ahead of time, well, the Colossus are going to be well defended, and they're going to shred. They're going to shred all the Zealots. That's a really smart move. That being said, you're contending with about 10 Phoenix on the map, and 10 Phoenix absolutely go, and they target air units. Colossus count as air units. You're going to have some issues keeping these Colossus alive. And again, because the Phoenix count is so high, keeping the mothership alive to juggle Colossus, also not the easiest thing. So it's a cool idea. It has its pros. It absolutely has its cons as well. And I'm so excited to see. I'm just so excited to see how this one's going to work out. As now herO's got his 4th base on the way, +3 attack on the way. And honestly, I don't know that we're going to see much aggression before both players max out. Although, as I say, that herO finally getting active on the map here. 170 supply, +2 done, +3 on the way. And he's trying to deny a fourth base out of herO, or out of MaxPax. I think that's really the big goal here. So the Dark Shrine, not going to get that much done. The fourth base on the right side, Perspective 5th, I guess, out of MaxPax, that's going to get canceled. And now there are a ton of +2 chargeless. This base is dead. I don't know that, well, MaxPax actually might be able to respond in time, but with the this doesn't feel great. So yeah, he doesn't go down to the low ground. Has to back up. And now hero's just about maxed out. He's got +3 attack on the way. Sorry about the lag. Again, this is off of a clean feed. I don't have the replays, and clearly the observer's just tabbing out of the game, which is unfortunate, but so it goes. Oh, that's a big DT, though. This is a bit of an Artosis pylon here. We're going to see, I think, a Stargate get depowered, a couple gateways get depowered, and yeah, this DT will die, but still a little annoying. Still a tiniest bit annoying. So herO slowed down a little bit, I guess, but he's maxed out now. He's up 20 army supply and up 20 workers as well, up 13 workers. This army that he's got, though, there are 4 Colossus. There are more on the way. I mean, we add an Archons on top. This army that MaxPax has built is just, it's going to be really hard for MaxPax to fight. It's going to be really hard for herO to fight, excuse me. So I guess we're going to have to play nickel and dime for a little bit longer. We're going to have to play on the edge of things as 6 more probes go down. But again, herO is really going to struggle to take a straight up fight. And I would almost, I feel like I'd just love to see him go Tempest at this point. You have the Stargate, you have the air lead. Add in a fleet beacon. Add in a second Stargate. Oh, I mean, did we just see how powerful the Colossus are? 5 Colossus there against the Zealots. Things die, but I mean, this damage. 45 probes left. 20 workers go down in effectively the blink of an eye. MaxPax now onto the other side of the map. I think he's starting to realize that this army has absolutely hit critical mass. It's 5 Colossus, Archons beneath, Stalkers beneath. These Phoenix are really going to struggle. They can't do a lot. And hero's just going to have to hit a... I mean, hero's got a massive surround setup coming in from 3 sides here. Phoenix dive on top of the Colossus, but Guardian Shield is just doing so much here. And Phoenix, though, getting on top of Stalkers, lifting them up. And, well, the Warp Prism's going to stay alive for a time being. But this Immortal count is so strong. Even still, that's a pretty solid fight for MaxPax. He started down about 20 army supply, and then he finishes the fight up significantly in army supply. So the first fight out of MaxPax shows us just this composition actually is really powerful against what hero's going for. Pay no attention to that. I definitely knocked my water bottle onto the ground, but herO adding in more upgrades, +3 attack done, armor on the way, shields on the way, adding in Archons, which will absolutely tank a bunch of Colossus. But I think I would really love to see him go at this point and add a second Robo, add a Robo Bay. He's up on bases, he can afford it, and just go a ton of disruptors. Yeah, they're not as good as they once were, but Colossus are horrible against disruptors. They're really not good. And with the economy as it is, you can get away with that. You can get away with that transition. But I guess Immortals are just going to be the play, and Immortals with their recent buffs, with the fact that the first damage instance, it triggers Hardened Shield, but it doesn't count against Hardened Shield, absolutely does mean that you have a lot of damage potentials now. Oh, this is an awkward flight fear from herO. MaxPax is going to be able to knock this down very quickly. Force the recall, force the re-engage, force the reset, whatever you want to say. That was awkward from herO. And there's the extra Stargates. There's the Fleet Beacon going down, +1 air attack on the way. Now there's the transition out of herO, but I can't help but wonder if it's a little bit too late. MaxPax, he's down upgrades, and these Stalkers have to be pretty careful. But this army, there's so much supremacy, so much power in this army with the 5 Colossus, the Archons as well. If herO takes a really good fight, though, a massive surround, maybe that's going to be enough. His army from every side gets ready once again, but Zealous, they're just on top of the Archons. Even still, Immortals on the left side, raking hammer, raining hellfire here onto the army of MaxPax. And the Stalkers getting on top of here as well, looking to body block, looking to buy time. Guardian Shield, though, denies so much of the damage. And again, herO, I mean, he technically takes the fight, but he's down in army supply once again. It's the best fight he could possibly take, but MaxPax kills so much more almost 2,000 minerals, more gas as well. Now, plus one air is on the way, certainly. More importantly, the Stargates are done. The Fleet Beacon is done. We should start to see some Tempest on the way here from herO. So many Immortals out of herO, too. He's got like 6 Immortals. That's insane. That's so many. But it really does feel like right now, like hero's trying to figure out what he wants to make. He's got the Stargates, he's got the Fleet Beacon, but he's not building any army units. He's building probes, going up to 74. You know, developing his economy again. And I guess the answer for now is going to be gateway units. He doesn't feel like he can afford the time and the money to get up to 5 Tempests, which one shot. I want to say 5 Tempests, 1 shot to Colossus. Get up to really where you want to be, which is like 6 or 7. So even if Stalkers blink on top and they snipe one of your Tempests, you're still okay. But he doesn't feel like he can get to that yet. I guess that's the call. Not quite manageable. So MaxPax, now that he's got this base army all set up, it's Disruptors. They're going to be the name of the game. The next level of aggression. Or I guess next level of power coming out of MaxPax now. It's going to be 5 Colossus. A couple Disruptors. The mothership as well. I didn't even notice that was made. Oh, I'm sorry. This is hero's mothership. I keep getting confused by the low ground, high ground situation, but MaxPax, he's got Disruptors in the game. The mothership, though, from herO might make a big difference. If herO can snipe the Observer, his army will be uncontestable. But it's not an easy thing to do. And MaxPax now feels a little bit more active on the map here. Disruptors. Oh, herO blinks on top. He's going to try to get one of them. And the splits are actually decent. Not a ton of Stalkers go down. The base dies. Man, Immortals are just... +3 Immortals are so much damage. Now 10 Zealots on the way. herO, again, he's looking for that counterattack. He's looking for the multi-prong, trying to snipe bases down. He's gotten one of them. He's going to try to stick the second one, but there's a shield battery overcharge, so herO does have to back up. These Immortals on the left side denying so much of the infrastructure really of MaxPax, making it so hard as Disruptors get a couple of the Immortals, but he's making it so hard for MaxPax to ever really retake this position. Shield batteries going down, cannons going down, and now there come the Tempests on the way. MaxPax, though, thinks about warping in. Five Zealots are going to go down now, but the Warp Prism just dies, so the Warp Pins won't complete. Archon's on the left side here as well. MaxPax, the game's starting to get a little bit crazy. Snipes down a lot of hero's army. And 1,500 gas versus 50. Holy crap. When we start to get the late game, gas is really all that matters. Sniping down that much gas out of hero's army is so expensive. But the Tempests are starting to hit the field, but herO takes a solid fight on the high ground, loses a base for it, but it's a bit of a base trade, and he's going to get this base out of MaxPax as well. And realistically, herO can lose this base more than MaxPax can afford to. That's the key thing. That's the key story in this game right now. MaxPax cannot afford to lose that base. He's only on 3. herO has bases behind it. He didn't even lose the base. And there's a stasis trap as well. hero's got to be careful. That's a massive trap, and the recall is going to get everything out. Base recall and the mothership recall because the armies were split up. Great use of that play. Now 3 Tempests on the way. MaxPax down at 156 supply. herO maxed out here as he's now finally found that value, finally found what he needed, I think, to crack this game wide open. But MaxPax, he's up 20 army supply. His army is really starting to become that much more powerful, even as hero's at 72 army supply or worker supply to 23. But the army of MaxPax is really, really strong. herO, though, target is the Observer, making sure that MaxPax can't take the bite, but for right now he is. And the temp is starting to go down just a little bit, and, well, hey, here we go. The Colossus still firing strong. Disruptors are gonna be insane on the army here, and MaxPax is gonna continue to force herO back again. The mothership invisibility is gonna be done soon, and now this army of herO is just Tempest. The Stalkers are gonna blink on forward, but they can't get on top of the Tempest here. MaxPax is so all in. He only has 3 bases. His economy is just not one, but the Disruptors are getting shot after shot here. Tempest in the sky, the 3 of them remaining, and it seems like herO for now is gonna be able to keep MaxPax back. MaxPax cannot get the fight. herO barely, narrowly holds on, and MaxPax, he gets tied up. It's 1-1 now. Now game 3 in the upper right, in the blue. Tied up now in the series, it's MaxPax. And on the bottom left, playing a really technical, really cool game number 2. It's herO. And of course, as we get into game 3 of this series, not tournament point yet, not series point just yet, but I would like to remind you all that if you want StarCraft games 5, 6, 7 days a week, once ESL Masters is over, we'll get back on that schedule. If you want games with MaxPax and herO and Maru, I was able to get my hands on one of those games on Tuesday. Rainer, Beyond, all these awesome players. You should sub to the channel because, again, 5 days a week you're going to get those. And I can guarantee you that there are going to be some really cool games. I try not to upload any series that isn't, there's not at least one game that's super interesting. So that's my promise to you. And do me a favor also, like this video. It really, really does help with the algorithm, with making sure that this goes to more people, make sure this gets in front of more faces. And also, let me know, is Stargate play how you beat MaxPax? Is Mass Phoenix how you beat MaxPax? herO tried it in game 1, it didn't work. Game 2, it did, but not in the way you might think. Is that how you're supposed to beat MaxPax? Is that his weakness? And if you don't have a thought on that matter, well, hey, drop an emoji in the chat. Show me your favorite emoji. What emoji represents this series? There we go. Let me know. We're now into game 3, and there's a pylon on the map from herO. This is a 2-gate expand, or a 2-gate on the high ground out of herO. I'm so used to calling this a 2-gate expand, but that's not. It's not a 2-gate expand. He can expand, certainly, but you have far more flexibility in this game. And honestly, I don't know that herO wants to go. I don't know that he really wants to go and take this late, because again, this is one of those games where that was a 25-minute game too, and it was super cool. It was super technical, as both players kind of shadowed each other, built really weird compositions, and found tremendous value with him. And MaxPax almost broke through. He just ran out of stalkers to be able to knock down the if those Tempests go down faster, I think MaxPax does win that game, which is wild. But anyway, 3-gate Robo, I guess, is going to be the play here. herO Robo on the high ground. We should see a proxy third, I think, on the map. On that pylon, and herO does not want this game. Again, he has no interest in this game and going late. Not against a MaxPax, not against a player who's gone low ground. And realistically, there we go. There's going to be the deny. Realistically, if you're a Protoss player and you're playing, and MaxPax got the scout on that. He saw what was happening, even as the Adept falls. But if you're MaxPax, or if you're playing against MaxPax, or really any Protoss player that goes for the low ground expand, and you go for high ground 2-gate, you are behind. That's just how it works. You're behind. You need to make sure that you get damage done, because otherwise your economy is going to be worse. Your Nexus timing is going to be worse. You're just not going to be in the best spot. By going 2-gate, you're almost forced into going some version of aggression, whether it's 4-gate, 4-gate blink, 3-gate Robo, whatever it is. But I love this move out of herO, moving across the map very early, and he knocks down the first shield battery. That's really important in defenses like this, and now he's going to be able to find his way in. Second shield battery is going to go down pretty quickly as well. Oracle on the other side, but there's a shield battery. There are stalkers here, and there's already economic damage getting done by herO. Yeah, their Void Ray's on the way, certainly. But this army out of herO right now it's a lot stronger than it might otherwise be, because again, the shield batteries went down quickly. Unfortunately, he couldn't go and get the pylon, which would be the really big coup. But even still, denying the shield batteries for a while is going to be really nice. Now, he doesn't have blink. There's no blink here really for herO, but he does have a Warp Prism, and that's the next best thing. So for now, we're starting to see the Gateway take some damage here. The Void Ray runs forward, but will get saved. And now Oracle diving into the main base. That's a massive. There's no mineral mining here for herO right now. I would say the biggest stasis trap I've ever seen, but I saw Christian or MaxPax earlier today, and I think that's even bigger because that denied the gas as well. Even still, no mineral mining here. I mean, I guess, yeah, literally no mineral mining for herO. He's mining some gas. All the advantages that he's built out of this game, they're kind of gone now. It's just not a good situation for herO whatsoever, as he will get the Cyber Core down and should be able to start mining once again pretty quickly. And now we're going to start to see some pylons take damage. So if we can knock these pylons down as herO, if he can go and deny the overcharge or deny the shield batteries in general, then this natural is going to get broken. And I love this from herO. The Adept on the high ground as well, just forcing pressure, forcing a probe pull maybe, making life a little bit harder. And 2 pylons now remaining on the shield batteries. So the target probably is going to be shield batteries, not pylons at this point. And the mothership, or excuse me, not the mothership, the overcharge, the prismatic alignment on the void rays go down, but MaxPax targets all of them and now thinks about diving on top here. Overcharge though is going to get popped. 1 void ray will go down, and the prismatic alignment is going to be done soon. But that was a lot of dead stalkers for herO. Okay, that Oracle might have died. herO F2 a little bit, I guess. Now gets on top of the void ray. Second one, heavy damage there, but doesn't die. And now we're going to start to see pylons go down. 1 remaining here. herO wedges his way on into the natural. Void ray is starting to fall, and with the warp prism, the pick-up micro, the sentry as well. It feels like MaxPax has just been broken in this game, even with the stasis trap. But oh man, this hold position on the probes really making life more difficult. And herO down to 10 probes now, taking tons of damage. Now the pylon gets targeted down. The natural's broken, but the main base, here comes herO. The probes are going to get pulled once again, getting him stuck in the wall. Prismatic alignment on 2 void rays, and there's 1 1 shield battery in the high ground here. MaxPax 16 workers to 10, down 13 army supply. herO's pretty much not mining at all, but herO does find his way onto the high ground. This is do or die for herO right now, any more than it's already been. Shield battery overcharge gets popped, but it's dead. No shield battery overcharge here, no healing, and now on top of the void rays, herO looking to get a pole position, take the advantage in this series, win 2 in a row, and it seems like absolutely that's going to happen. There's no army here anymore. MaxPax falls down. herO 2-1 advantage. And the upper left in this series, down a map, is MaxPax. And of course, his opponent in the bottom right in the red, up 2 games to 1. His 3-gate robo absolutely worked. It's herO. As we did not man, WTL observers, they run their intros so fast. And I'm never used to it. Like, I'm telling a story, we're talking about what happens, and then like, zoom, we're in, have fun. Oh, okay. Fine. I guess we'll do it like that. So we've had a game that herO's won because he established map control and sniped a lot of bases, played a really solid late game. And then we've had games where herO's won because his 3-gate robo worked really well. So we've had the short games, we had the long games. We've had the in the middle games, and I guess that means now that MaxPax needs to cut the pickle. Tickle. Probably not. Anyways, though, herO, he's actually going for a low ground expand on this game, so we're gonna have mirrored builds. We're gonna have mirrored builds in this game number 4. I think generally that's something I would favor MaxPax in, but you never know. I'm excited to see what's in store for us because, again, this has been a really cool series. Well, yeah, I mean, the aggression was really nice out of here. That was really strong. We saw game 2 was just such a treat. Even if it started slow, it ended really nicely. But MaxPax, Stargate on the opener, a little bit quicker on the Nexus for herO. So seems like it's going to be Stargate Nexus for MaxPax, Nexus Stargate for herO, better economy for herO. Slightly better Stargate time out of MaxPax. Doesn't make that big of a difference realistically, although as I say that, MaxPax is heavily delaying this Nexus. Because, wait, are these? MaxPax is faking this, I think. No, yeah, okay. No, he's not faking this at all. This is super cool. He's shield battery rushing his opponent. He's sending zealots onto the other side, but of course there's an adept out, which does minimize the power of this. But what he's trying to do is get enough shield batteries up, right? Okay, that's obvious. But he's going to send an adept on the other side as well. And then with this pressure with the Oracle on top, he's trying to bust herO down. This is a really cool idea. It's not something that we've seen all that much, but for now, he's winning the shield battery war. It's so hard to see who's who while it's getting built, but he's already killed 1 shield battery. Second one on the way. His shield battery keeping his zealot alive. And we're going to see a second shield battery. He's going to get healed up, I guess, but that drains the energy of the second one. And now there's going to be a Phoenix here. Okay. That is something. But now the shield battery is going to go down. Other ones have been drained. And this shield battery out of MaxPax is just not, actually. So MaxPax just has far more effective damage, and the Oracle thinks about diving in. But again, this is Phoenix coming out of herO. So that's not going to be all that successful for now. All the shield batteries are going down. The Adept's going to fall here. MaxPax getting Phoenix back at home. And he's going to start to get pylons. This is wild. You never see this get this effective. He's going to get the pylons. And now Adepts have shaded in the main base. Of course, there's a lift, so it's not going to get that much done. But any damage here that herO takes is really nice for MaxPax. And now he's going to get out. I think... Oh, okay. And MaxPax... Oh, he gets a Phoenix out of herO, too. Making the game crazy I guess, is how MaxPax wants to play. I really want to take a look at unit counts right now. We don't have it at the moment, but I would love to see the Phoenix count here because it really does feel, I think, that MaxPax, despite opening Oracle, has built himself a Phoenix lead because he got that Phoenix in the middle of the map, and now he's going double Stargate. This has gone so well for MaxPax in this game. Now, he does have to be careful. You know what? Actually, I don't hate this. He's trying to camp the Stargate because he's got shield batteries, and even if his opponent has more Phoenix, shield batteries may make the difference. So this is pretty cool. MaxPax down to Phoenix even still because, well, he did start building Phoenix that much later. Oracle's dive into the main base, and it's going to be economic damage, or it's a one-way trip, but 3 probes go down. And MaxPax is up in workers. He's building 2 Phoenix at a time versus 1. This is a masterclass for MaxPax. It's not something that anyone else could really easily pull off, but it's a masterclass in how to play MaxPax PvP or PvP. And that's pretty cool. And herO again, he's realized that this is double Stargate, but he's too late to it. I think we are. Let's see, we have 2 powered shield batteries. 2 powered shield batteries for herO in the natural, but none in the main. So if I'm MaxPax here, and if I have the read that I have a Phoenix lead, which I think MaxPax does, I'm going to try to go, and I'm going to try to dive into the main base. I'm going to try to force the Phoenix to fight there. I'm going to sit on top of the second Stargate, not the first one. I think that's a really cool play. So MaxPax sees where the Phoenix are. And this is... Oh, he wins this fight immediately. His Phoenix are stacked. His opponent isn't. He had more Phoenix anyways. We're going to game 5. I think that there's really not a lot to save that at this point. It's 9 Phoenix to 5. MaxPax had played this so masterfully. And yeah, shield battery overcharge can be really, really nice. At this point, though, hero's going to dive on top of the Phoenix, trying to take advantage of defender's advantage, trying to sync that up, but bye-bye, herO. This is not it. He took too much damage early on. The Phoenix are all dead, and herO is dead. We're going to game 5. Really, that's all there is to say about it. Not a lot that MaxPax can do, or that herO can do. Cool game, though, from MaxPax with the shield battery rush. In the bottom right, in this 5th game of our grand finals, it's MaxPax. And in the upper left, in the red, falling down to shield battery rushes and double Stargate Phoenix just a little bit faster, is MaxPax. So low ground expand out of MaxPax. Again, this shouldn't surprise anyone. Even if this is hard lead and the natural's a little wider, this shouldn't surprise anyone. herO, though, piling on the high ground. This doesn't mean, by the way, that this is a 2-gate. Just so we're clear. Protoss players against MaxPax. Oh, herO. You know, I should have looked at the mineral count. herO here going Nexus first on hard lead game 5. Playing into how MaxPax wants to play, because you absolutely know that MaxPax is going single gate expand. That it's so rare where he goes for anything aggressive. And herO might just get away with this. If this was a 2-gate expand, herO would be dead. If this was 3-gate robo, herO would be dead. If this was any sort of proxy, herO would be dead. You get the point. seems like MaxPax is proxying just a little bit. Now, what this is going to be for, I don't know. It does time out with this. It does time out with the Cyber Core pretty nicely. So this could be proxy Stargate just as quick, as close as possible. And yeah, Stargate comes out of MaxPax. Of course, this is going to get scouted out. And herO building the Zealot to try to deny this as quickly as possible. And remember, herO, despite opening Nexus first, and I mean, that's a big deal. He has, of course, oh, nice damage there on the probe to make sure that there's no follow-up. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. No, wait, never mind. That's herO's probe. And herO loses the probe, takes an adverse damage trade on the Zealot. Well, no. So MaxPax takes the adverse damage trade. A second probe gets pulled here. And Double Stalker getting Coroned out. They're going to be out at the same time, but at this point, it does feel like you got to keep the Stalkers on the high ground so you can just make sure a second probe goes down. So to make sure that you can deal with the Oracle is the big deal. You really don't want the Oracle diving into your main base, but the timing, I guess herO thinks the timing's there. He's going to take the fight with the Stalkers. He cannot kill the pylon because there's a second one on the way. But he does at the very least zone MaxPax out. His probe losses are not great, of course, but again, this is 2 Nexus really quickly. And now the Oracle in the main base. There's a shield battery, though, so this does slow things down. And now, okay, herO takes a lot of damage with that Stalker. That's damage he probably shouldn't have taken because, well, he was taking the fight, knocking the pylon down, trying to, but even still, he's gonna get a lot of damage on his opponent's Stalker here. And I'm looking at these things, and, glance value, they say, hey, this is not the best for herO. But, then you look at how it's actually executed. It's like, actually, no, this is pretty solid for herO here. He's not taking a lot of damage. He's got Stalkers. He kills the pylon. He kills probes, or he kills Zealots. He's got the Nexus so much faster. Oracle's, though, diving in, pairing out with the Adept, so a couple workers will fall, which is fantastic. But now, herO on the other side here, he's got an opportunity. MaxPax doesn't have a lot of army units. He really committed to this proxy, and now 3 Stalkers in the main base. Trying to kill herO right now. Not a single, well, now there's 1 Stalker on this side of the map. MaxPax, he's got Warping at the very least, but he kills a couple workers, backs out. I love that. herO goes, he gets damage done, kills a bunch of probes, kills a Stalker. And then backs on out of there, goes home. So MaxPax has a Dark Shrine on the way. Here, though, luckily for him, this is not one of those Twilight builds of yore where you go Twilight, naked Twilight, you never get a Robo, and you're just very sad when the DT show up. MaxPax gets the scout off. He knows that there's a Robo on the way. He knows that this is not going to be the easiest game for him to go and get damage done with the Dark Templar, but there's always a shot. Always an opportunity. I'm going to have to see just how much damage MaxPax gets done. He's got a pylon, I think, on the right side of the map. So that's going to be the warp endpoint. And herO, where's this Dark Shrine? He's scouting around for it. Okay, he sees it. So herO now very aware that there's a Dark Shrine on the map. We should see observers pop out. Yeah, first one out, second one on the way. He's not doing single observer into something. It's the Stalkers from MaxPax here get onto the high ground as well. Depower gateways right as the Dark Templar are theoretically set to arrive. It's not going to happen, though. Even still, nice depower there. Prevents 2 gateways from warping in for the time being. And now Adept's thinking about shading into the natural, and it's not going to be much. So the game goes on. Oh, and the Oracle died too. Okay. I didn't see that, but yeah, the Oracle's dead. So MaxPax a little bit less power, a little bit less harassment power on the map, and Dark Shrine was completed, but never used from herO. But okay, Dark Templar warping in. Adepts pairing up with it as well. Right as herO gets on the map. Right as herO, not even just considers, decides to get aggressive. His army is massive. And he's got an observer with the army. That's the important thing here. Do we have an observer from MaxPax? Can he enable the snipe of the observer of his opponent? I don't think so. And there are cannons in both mineral patches for herO, so he's okay there too. Immortal's on the way. More Stalkers getting added in here. And this Immortal should be able to clean things up by itself. But no, it's just getting rallied on forward. Stalkers of MaxPax, though, or Stalkers of herO, excuse me, they don't... Do they have blink? I'm actually not sure. MaxPax, though, certainly does. And herO just diving on top. Overcharge. There we go. herO tries to dive on top of this army. Sectioned off a couple of the Stalkers in the wall. Really nice target prioritization there coming out of herO. Now he backs up. Goes again. And I'm sorry about the lag. There's... The Observer tabbed out. Not a lot, or the production PC tapped out. There's not much I can do about it. Stalkers now blink on top of the Immortals here, coming out of herO. Up 13 army supply. Immortals dead. herO's got his own. And at this point, I'm not really sure what MaxPax is supposed to do. In fact, I think the answer is die. Roll over, turn on another game, play another game. But DTs are here, and do we have detection? Was that sniped? Did I miss that? Yeah, there's no detection in this army. Somehow it was sniped. DTs on the other side as well. Damage being done at home and abroad all of a sudden. I talked about how MaxPax was dead. He was. herO was seconds away from killing him, and now MaxPax, he snipes the detection down. The defensive DT gets so much done. And now we back up. Now the game resets here. Just a little bit. This Dark Templar will die. Fine. Those two Dark Templar, one at home to keep MaxPax alive, one abroad to deny production, to kill off economy. The difference between herO winning and losing, even still though, herO's army is so big. It's so powerful. Gets an Immortal as well here. Now, herO, he's going to have his Immortal get jumped upon as well, but there are just not as many Stalkers. Zealots on top of this army, but charge is done. Now herO snipes his opponent's Observer, so his Observer is okay, and herO wins this series. MaxPax, some heroics there. But herO wins this series, your champion of the Kung Fu Cup.